contestant number 8, Raunak Gupta. Raunak Gupta.
I'm Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and especially Chelsea. Thank you for that speech. We've heard some incredibly inspiring speeches this weekend, and everyone has concentrated on how the people around you are so essential, and you gave us insight into how you keep your relationships strong. So thank you for that. I'd like to evaluate your speech on 4 points: your preparation, your content and structure, your delivery, and your effectiveness. Your preparation. You picked a very relevant topic to the audience, so well done on that. It was evident your speech was well rehearsed. You had great poise on stage, because when you stepped up, you waited for the contest chair to leave the stage and then began speaking. Even when you had technical issues, you kept your composure, you waited for people to figure out what was going on, and then started again. So well done on that. Your content and structure. You had excellent structure throughout your speech. You had a clear opening, a clear body, and a clear conclusion. In your content, in your opening, you mentioned that, hey, he proposed, but I didn't want to concentrate on the wedding, I wanted to concentrate on my marriage. In your body, you said, this is how I concentrated on my marriage. And in the conclusion, you gave us fall asleep more in love every night. So I was beautifully wrapped up, quite like a burrito. You also had excellent use of humor in your content, so very well done. Your delivery, you had excellent eye contact with the entire audience. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to notice something in Chelsea's speech. She didn't scan the audience, she looked specifically at people. And if you do that, your speech becomes so much more effective. So I'd like you all to practice that in your speeches, so good job on that. Your gestures were a little limited because of the technical issues. You had a mic in one hand. So keeping that in mind, you did a fantastic job on that. One recommendation I do have is when you're speaking to this side of the audience, try holding the mic in this hand so your gestures are more clear. And then similarly on this side, try holding it in this hand. Your movement, as I said, you had great poise, but I couldn't help but notice that at times it felt like you weren't quite sure where you wanted to be on stage. What I recommend in a room like this is try using the W technique, where you start here, go back here, go here, here, and here. So you form a W on stage. That way you cover the audience and you give them depth. So that's something to keep in mind. And in narrow rooms, you can use a V shape for that. Your effectiveness. You had a very, very effective speech. You specifically told us, write this down, take it back with you. The one thing I do have to recommend, or would like to recommend, is perhaps you could have told us that, on a night that we were angry with each other, how did these things help us fall asleep more that night? I think that would have added a little to the effectiveness of your speech. So overall, really well done. Think about maybe the W, switching the hands with the mics, and thank you so much for that speech.